going on, guys? Right here today, and today we're going to be doing a reaction to something that I took place in, or did a part in, called MLP horror rating Peckish. This is by Lotus Moon, and this is something that I voiced an antagonist in. So, I kind of already know what's going to happen, but I don't know the full extent of the reading. So this is why I'm reacting to it, because I don't really know how it's going to play out, how well of a job she did. You know, this is just me doing a reaction to something that I took place in. I know what's going to happen, but I want to see it to its full extent. So there's not really much to say about it. It's just basically kind of one of those stories where it's almost like a Hannibal Lecter kind of thing, kind of like Silence of the Lambs kind of vibes. But basically, that's all I've got to say, and without further ado, let's just get started. In 3, 2, 1, go. Moonflower Trio Productions. I also helped Lotus out with this one with the sound effects and all that stuff. Okay. Interesting. I honestly couldn't remember what point of view this is in. I think this is in first, if I'm not mistaken.
Patient 7120.
Okay, that's Lotus.
Name, Gravy Train. The patient has been here at Brisk Glade Medical Facility for the last 12 years.
I'll turn that down.
Mr. Train was admitted with an unnamed eating disorder.
There we go.
Though he has been reluctant to discuss it with any pony. What little he does say is to call it a constant craving. For what, he won't say. I'm hoping to try to get him to open up so we can get him on the road to recovery.
Alright.
Also, according to some of the staff and a few other patients, there have been disappearances in the years since his admittance. Personally, I have been here for over 5 months and I have yet to see
red flag. Yeah, that's the one thing in this story, that this lady is as dumb as a box of rocks. But you clearly can't see the danger that she's in. So how cringy is my voice acting gonna be?
Ah, Mr. Train, please have a seat.
Also, kudos to the artist who did this artwork. What was her name? Emma?
Never been called that before.
Oh, it's right there.
Everybody here usually just calls me GT.
I see. Well, GT, I know you have an obvious dislike for discussing your condition, but please understand, we are only here to help you.
Well, what I got, I heard ain't something you're supposed to talk about in polite company. Especially when my first doctor screamed that I should be locked up when I did tell him.
Ah, yes. Dr. Trepanning. I recall he was apparently transferred due to his rather subpar bedside manner. Mr. GT, I give you my word as a medical practitioner, I will not repeat anything you say in this room.
You promise?
I swear on my doctorates and PhD.
It's not really something I'm proud of, but there's been times I just couldn't help myself. This craving, it gets the better of me more often than not.
A craving? For what?
I don't really know how to explain it. It's something I've had for a while now. guess the first time I felt it was when I was about 9 on my way home from school. I'd just eaten too, so it kinda surprised me. Got kinda worried when it seemed to get worse by the time I got home. Nothing there looked appealing enough for me to eat.
Well, sometimes cravings can denote a deficiency somewhere.
Yes, but what I wanted. I tried telling my dad, but he just cuffed me and yelled that it wasn't funny. My old man wasn't exactly a Mr. Nice Pony. Anyway, I went back out and walked around, hoping to find something and get this want out of my system. As I walked around town,
I had too much fun with this voice.
Worse, and I started to feel
Because the thing is, I only
desperate.
read my lines. I didn't read the story. I just read over what I was supposed to do to get what kind of character I am.
On the edge of town, when I saw this little
That's the reason why I wanted to react to it, because I didn't read over the doctor's lines.
I don't know what came over me. She was a year or two younger than me. I didn't mean to scare her, but this craving, I couldn't help myself.
Oh dear. I hope she wasn't too frightened.
Well, there was a bit of screaming when I came up, and I had planned to apologize, but she was already long gone by then. I knew I should have said something, told some pony.
See, and all I can see is me at the microphone. That's it.
And make myself scarce after I had my fill.
No pony was hurt at least?
Also, headphone warning at the end. I've heard that there is a loud scream.
And maybe it was from eating too much or
and she can't really do adjustment on her volume level, so
either way,
I want to turn your volume down
when I got back home. But the craving was gone.
if you're wearing headphones.
For a little while at least. Couldn't bring myself to tell my mom and dad anything, though.
Understandable. Some sufferers of bulimia and or anorexia tend to keep to themselves, too. Did your parents ever find out?
Not for a little while. It wasn't the last time I did that either. Things were fairly quiet until the craving came back a couple of weeks later.
Interesting. Dietary cravings tend to be fairly few and far between from my experience.
Next time it happened, I found one of our neighbors having dinner in their backyard. My parents had gone out to visit a friend.
This doctor is as dumb as a box of rocks. I even said that in my original recording.
In a weird way, it felt a bit more natural, and I was able to keep it down then. At least this time, I managed to apologize.
I mean, doesn't that laugh scream, "Trouble, trouble, red alert, red alert"?
How many other times did this happen?
Just one more.
I mean,
The
suspicions?
last one before I was put in.
You've been a medical practitioner for how long?
It woke me up one night a month later.
5
to the
months?
point where it almost hurt.
Well, at least in this place.
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with any disorder with symptoms like that.
All I know is that I had to do something. I knew my old man would tan my hide if he saw me up that late, but I didn't really care. It was way worse than the first time. I went down to the kitchen and saw my mom there, making herself a midnight snack.
I can't tell if that's a
I knew
glitch or if
she'd
that's
tell him
part
if
of the
she saw
visuals.
me. But
I saw
to
the
be
glitch.
honest, my mom was a bit of a doormat to my dad. She'd agree with him on something, even if you
I think it's part of the
could see
visuals.
that she didn't like his opinion. So it was
Considering
a
the
little
doctor
hard for
kind of
me
looks
to
like she's
respect
falling
her.
apart a little bit.
I guess that's why it seemed to make what I did easier. Just helped myself. I know I shouldn't have, but between that and the pain, I just didn't care and ate until my dad heard the commotion and came down. To put it bluntly, he wasn't happy about what he saw, though with him, I think he was mainly worrying more about his reputation that would be hit if the word got out. The bastard.
Well, GT,
Bastard.
judging from your tale,
That was fun.
it seems like since you were after other ponies' food, this craving is more psychological than physical.
Oy.
Well, you're half right on that.
That laugh actually just did set a little bit of a chill down my spine.
You seem like a decent mare, so I think I can be a bit more honest with you. I never said it was their food I was eating.
Dun dun
I
dun!
told you what I was eating when those cravings hit. Admittedly, it's not something I really take pride in, but a pony's gotta
That's
eat.
probably the visuals, because I saw the glitch
Right.
again.
You ate?
And since I am being honest, those disappearances around here, well, there's plenty of places around here to hide what's left after I've had my fill.
Oy.
Now, I really should apologize for what's gonna happen next. I haven't had anything in a few days. And I'm hankering for a good meal.
Oh, goodness gracious. I appreciate putting that at the end of the video. Like I said, headphone warning. Well, that was really good, actually. The only thing I think it could have used, one, a little bit of a volume reduction at the end. That's probably one of the more frequent things that need improvement. The one thing that I think it needed, unless I can't hear it because I'm on open audio, no headphones, is definitely music. Music, sound effects, like something playing in the background would have done that a lot more of a creepy vibe. But very good job in setting up the scenario, like with the sound effects of like the files being flipped and all that stuff that I helped you with. Basically, yeah, that part was really good. You timed the sound effects very good. I provided you also the MLP sound effects, I believe, to help you improve. So you'll learn how to use those with the time coming. But basically, the only thing that really needs work here is definitely volume control, because the ending. That and adding some music to fill the ambience. Ambience is what horror is all about. Atmosphere, ambience, something creepy playing in the background, or as it led up to that escalation at the end, would have done that a lot more better, and I think it would have just hit the reader just a little harder. But that's just personally my opinion. This was really well done, and again, it doesn't sound like they're speaking into a computer built-in microphone. Otherwise, that would sound shitty as hell. I mean, it's a good microphone. I mean, Luz does use the Blue Yeti, so that is a good microphone. I was really surprised with my voice acting. I mean, it sounds a lot more better than I thought it was going to. The voice that I kind of went for was a Hannibal Lecter kind of tone. Like when in that scene in The Silence of the Lambs when Clarice comes to see him in the asylum, and he's like, "Hello, Clarice," like that. He's all creepy vibed and all that stuff. That was the kind of thing I was going for, because this is a cannibal that she is interviewing. She's as dumb as a box of rocks because she doesn't see the missing piece of the puzzle. But then again, I've known more stupid people than that are that oblivious to what is right in front of their face. So I can't give any straight up saying, oh, that's the dumbest person in the world. No, I can't say that. There's a lot of dumb people out there. So with a final verdict, this was really good. It just needs a little bit more of it could have been improved a little bit better on adding a music or an ambient track. Something that would have helped to build up that horror feel to the end. And if you're wearing headphones, I hope you were listening to the headphone warning. And I'm sorry I was so quiet, but I wanted to hear very, very well, what was going on. Like I said, I only read my lines. I didn't read the nurse's or the doctor's lines. I never read her lines. I just read mine. Because that was the ones I was supposed to record, and that's all I did. I did read over the story, like I just kind of skimmed through the lines to find out what kind of character he was, and it's kind of like a Silence of the Lambs for My Little Pony. Pretty much the same exact thing. I mean, you got a cannibal that nobody really knows anything about. There's disappearances going on in the asylum. He's a psychopath that feeds on, his own kind. He's a cannibal. That's literally what I saw in it, and I decided to give it the best vibe that I possibly could, and Hannibal Lecter was the first thing that came to mind. So I gave it kind of a very spooky and kind of raspy kind of voice, with a little bit of an accent to add that little edge of horror to it. Like that. That was a really fun fic to record for, and thank you for having me in it, Lotus, as the bad guy. I mean, this is probably the first fic that I've ever actually played as the bad guy that wasn't my own fic. I will be more than happy to voice for you in the future. I've already voiced a few other things for you, but hey, collabs are always fun. So, anyways, guys, that's all for now. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Hit that bell icon. Make sure you hit that bell icon because YouTube is, like, weird right now. Like, my most recent video, or my most recent reading got really low views, but I think that's partly my fault because the day it was released. But other than that, I think that's it. So I've got something already set for next month, which is going to be the Hearts and Hooves Day special for a very special someone. I don't know if this is how you say her name, Mommy DeLugo or Mammy DeLugo. This is for you, buddy. So without further ado, I'm out. And until next time, guys, happy horse until then, and take care until the next time.